Okay, welcome to my channel. I am playing the third leg of the fourth season in the Reddit Geoguessr League. I think I have a very strong opponent. The name's Tyconicus, and they have won their first two matchups. I have two, but so I have also won my first two matchups in Japan and Guatemala. But I think especially in the second case, in the case of Guatemala, it was mainly because my opponent had a bad day. So I think I didn't really play very well there. So Tyconicus and I are the first and second in the league after two legs. And that's why it's an especially difficult matchup. So here we have the first clue. We're in Sao Paulo. I think it's Buritana. And I think that would actually be enough to look at the map already. But we have like 4.5 minutes, so we can take a look around and play at a more leisurely pace. Here on this green sign we find another town. Yeah, there we go. Turiuba. But I think at this point I'm mostly looking for a road number, because that can be very helpful if you don't find the towns. Birigi is another town that's here, I think that's actually the biggest city in this area. But it's not something that I recognize straight away, which is why I wanted to look for this road number. There it is, it's SP461. And with that I zoom into the map and look for that road and look for the towns. Birigi and Buritama. Those are the things that I found on the map. They're here actually. You can see them in the upper right, or now in the middle of the map already. But I overlooked them on my first scan, even though they are quite close to that big lake, or artificial lake, I think it is. Now that I look at it for the second time, I'm finding them. And also the 461, which is the road that we're on. Again, it's a very... you can play at a very slow pace if you have 4.5 minutes. And usually that makes it a lot easier, obviously. That's why I am looking so careful at all of the compass directions here. This map, Lakes of the World, was a lot of fun to play too. It is interesting. It has a lot of diversity because it's a world map, obviously. At the same time, the pinpointing is a bit easier than on other world maps, because you always have the lakes that you can look for, and you can also use the lake shore to orient yourself, which is what I'm doing here, of course. And that makes it, makes it in the end a bit easier than some other maps where you might find yourself in the middle of nowhere without really a lot to orient yourself on. That's the first seed. It was a relatively easy one. And this is the second. It looks very much like Turkey straight away, with those green, grassy, rolling hills. And obviously it's also very low population density, right? It's quite empty. That means that you can go for minutes without ever really finding a sign that will point you to a town. And I was a bit worried about that when I was going in this direction. Yeah, it looks almost a little bit like this could be somewhere in Central Asia or something like that. But it's the Turkish highlands. Right, and there is the sign that I've been looking for, just around the corner. Your best friend in Turkey. Those blue signs points to Bingöl, as you can see, at another town called Jat. Bingöl is like 140 kilometers away here, so it must be quite big. It's not a city that I recognize straight away though, so I think I'm going this way a little bit to see if I can find a sign that points the other way. Maybe with a town name that I know, but there's none, and because of that I just decide to move to the map already. Right, I'm going to Eastern Turkey because it looks very much like Eastern Turkey. There is Bingöl. And then I'm looking at the sign again. I realize that I am moving west to get to Bingöl. That's why I am looking for those lakes here to the east of Bingöl. There's a lot of them anyways. And now I think I see that lake and also that town Jat, which was just I think 8 kilometers away from that sign. So I realized that it must be that we must have started out at this lake. To our east immediately we have that peninsula, and then there's also the lake. I think it has more peninsulas that we can use to triangulate our position a little bit, and with that it becomes relatively easy to pinpoint our position. And then there we go. Yeah, at this point I decide it's enough and go on to the next round. The next round is very frustrating. This is in the United States. Looks very much like the United States or possibly Canada on the first pass already. Here on this side, you see it says actually Oregon Tech. That might have been enough of a clue. That alone might have been enough of a clue, telling us that we are in Oregon and then we are next to a relatively big lake. You can also see the railroad, which is directly to our west, right between us and the lakeshore, which makes it an easy location to pinpoint. But for some reason, and very frustratingly, I decide to just walk south, and I do that for a very long time. And yeah, so here it says ODOT. I remember thinking about this and thinking it might mean something like Oregon Department of Traffic or tolls or something like that, taxes, I don't know. So again, there is enough, there's actually enough information in that already, because there aren't that many lakes of that size in Oregon, and with 3 minutes I think you could find that location relatively easily. But because it's also a pretty big road, I think that we must arrive at a junction relatively soon. And at that junction I would get a road number, and it would be very easy to find that junction. That's why I decide to go on searching for new clues. Right, that's like a little town name. Shady Pine. That's not very helpful. And here, I think here I am actually getting two yeah, there's a little bit more. Yeah, there's a population center here that I am reaching. Klamath, yeah, Klamath Falls or something like that. That's actually the area that we are in. But anyways, I decide to go looking for more information still, which turns out to be a bad information. Here you see the 97 North storage units. 97, I did not realize that that's the US Highway 97. If I had realized it, I might have looked for it on the map already. But it becomes more populated here. And I think, okay, maybe I will finally reach that junction that I've been looking for from the beginning. Oregon Tech, exactly. Okay, so there's actually a kind of a university or college campus here. Klamath Falls is the town name. And on this big green sign, we finally find the highway number US 97. But we only have like 10 seconds left to find the spot that we're at. It is, of course, here down by that lake that just jumps out at you straight away. And I am 3 kilometers away. You can see, I guess you can see it in my face. I was very unhappy with that. That's the face of an unhappy diesel. Especially since I think I knew that it was a really easy seat, or a really easy round of locations. So I thought I needed to pinpoint almost everything to actually get the win here. And if I had done that, of course, you know, if you get the 25k, you also get an extra point, which helps massively in the league. Now here, luckily for this fourth location, it was a very easy one. It says Maryland 26. We're in the US again. Maryland isn't a very big state, so I could just zoom in and look for that number 26. But I gather a little bit of extra information here. I think it helped me that this next location was really easy after I messed up in the third location. Because I don't know, sometimes if I get frustrated after one location, I play badly in the next seed or in the next round. And the fact that this one was so easy made it a lot, I think made me calm down a little bit. Here again, I think I'm using the peninsulas of the lake to find the exact spot. I don't know if I would have found a sign as quickly if I had gone east rather than west, but you know, sometimes you get lucky with those initial decisions. And I think that, well, looking at everybody else's scores afterwards, I think that almost everybody got this one right, got an ace on this round. Now for the last round, I finally realized that I can put the full screen, which I hadn't done before. This looks very much like Uruguay, and not just because of the black car. Okay, we have the black car, which is a sign that we're either in Uruguay or in Argentina. But there is a specific, I think maybe because the sun is so low, there is a specific picture quality that just makes this look very much like Uruguay. This is a town name, Mananciales, which is obviously useful. And I think, yeah, I'm looking at the number plates to realize that we are indeed in Uruguay and not in Argentina. You know, in Argentina we have black number plates, and well, there's an email address or a website saying, giving away that we are in Uruguay as well. And we are by the sea, by the ocean, which is always nice to see because it makes it a lot easier to find the exact location. And those green signs, the one that you saw there, they are always your best friend in Uruguay, because they give you a long distance destination and they also give you a road number, in this case the number 10. I think now I am looking for Jose Ignacio, but I also know that I'm moving to the northeast, so it makes it more likely that we are at this point, at this section of the coast. And then, of course, I found Mananciales as well. At first, I choose the wrong road here, but yeah, I realized that that I have that lake to my northwest, and if I go northeast and southeast, sorry, I get to this bend in the road before I get to the highway. That makes it very easy to see that we are actually on that road, the Solanas road. Here we've even got like the little sheds which are indicated on the map, and that's the game. I think I was quite happy with it, but at the same time I was expecting to lose to Tychonicus, which I did.